let's talk about suffix y. Now, suffix y is added to nouns to make adjectives, and it can be really helpful to illustrate this by using sentences. So I start by just really breaking it down, like taking a noun, pointing out that these are nouns. When we add that suffix y, which makes the e sound, we get words like wind plus y, windy. So we get an adjective. It's something that describes a noun. So let's take a look at two sentences and talk about how the word changes a little when you add that suffix y. So our words to choose from are wind and windy. So we have, it is a blank day and the blank blows. So it is a wind day or it is a windy day. So we're going to choose, it is a windy day. I'm going to pause to explain that in this sentence, the word windy is describing the word day. So it's an adjective, a describing word. It is a windy day. I could also replace that with rainy or sunny, which are also describing words, also have that suffix y added to it. And then we have, of course, the wind blows. So I'm going to talk about here how when it doesn't have that suffix y, the base word wind is a noun. So what happens is not only do we add a sound, we're adding meaning in a way that changes where we use it in the sentence. So, and it changes what type of word it is, because by this point we're talking about how students might be familiar with what a noun is and a verb is, and they might even know what an adjective is. And I think this is actually a great time to introduce adjectives, since obviously when you add that suffix y, you get adjectives. So when we add that adjective, it changes how we use it in a sentence, where we use it in a sentence, and its job within a sentence. So then we can look at another example. We have mess and messy. I'm going to talk about how mess is a noun, it's a thing, and then messy is a describing word. So we have, this is a blank room. This is a messy room. The word messy describes the word room. And then she made a big mess. So it's a thing she made. She made a mess. So you can do all sorts of examples like this. Keep breaking down how we have our base word, which is a noun. We add that suffix y, it becomes an adjective, and now just sort of explore where it is in the sentence, how it relates to other words. And again, I don't need my students to memorize. I want them to know the word adjective, but I'm not so concerned that they're like, yeah, suffix y makes adjectives. It's more that I want them to understand its job. I want them to be able to say, oh, now it's a describing word. Windy is a describing word. Rainy is a describing word. Lucky is a describing word, as opposed to that base word. So another way to look at it too is you can incorporate in, now it makes it a two-syllable word. So I love to kind of talk about that too, that it went from being a one-syllable word to a two-syllable word, and that's because y, in this case, represents a vowel sound e. And then, so now we're reviewing the concept of when we have more than one vowel sound, we have more than one syllable. So I'm going to incorporate that as well, that just that rule that y at the end of a multi-syllable word often, most often, makes that e sound. And so now we have two syllables. We go from wind to windy to chin drops. So I hope this was a helpful video.